Also, you won't be getting face cam. Well, you will be. Well, you will and won't be getting face cam.
What do you mean by that?
You won't be getting face cam on the Discord call, but there is face cam in the video itself.
I see.
Yeah.
So
because...
you rob us of face cam for this recording. We can't see it. How dare you?
I think it's gonna be the case of every recording, personally. Because if I do it like how I normally did, which would be on my other computer and with a Discord call, you couldn't see the you can't even see the call at all, so you can't even see the face cam.
Interesting.
So what I have right now is I'm on my what's usually my university laptop, and that's what I'm watching the video on, the Discord call. And at the same time, I also have OBS up for my face cam on my usual computer that I do gaming on.
Alright.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when is Lee Sans?
Shut the fuck up.
I just never mind. I'll shut up.
No, that's actually very depressing for you to say that. Never shut up ever.
Okay.
The world is better when your mouth is open.
Sure it is.
Yes, it is.
Please. Wrong joke. Please rephrase.
No, you don't get rephrase.
Why not?
For the love of God, rephrase it, dude.
Yeah, rephrase it.
Nah, we're keeping that in the video. The world will know.
The world will know your name when we dance with destiny. Bum, 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 bum.
Motherfucker is breaking through it all right now.
I'm sick you find your flame. And my cause of death, you see, my friends. You see, I went outside and wrong joke. You know how it's really windy today?
No, I don't go outside ever. I live in my walls.
Fair point. But so I went outside because why not? And it was really windy, so I got sent away because my bike was tilting really light. So the winds of God took me away and sent me to the to heaven. And now I'm in heaven, and I'm gonna get drilled by Simone and Kyle, double teamed. I need to rephrase that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're asking me to rephrase, but that was infinitely worse.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Yours was worse than mine.
What do you mean?
No, yours was worse. Chat, who was worse, mine or his?
Sure.
Whose was worse, mine or his?
Yes, let's discuss that in the comments below, chat. Whose was worse?
Make a community post asking which one was worse and needed to be rephrased more. It's wrong, just how I like my jokes.
It's wrong, like Mario vs Sonic 2018.
We do not talk about this. We do not talk about that. Oh, where's a movie stick? He's over there. He's smoking the Mario vs Sonic 2 lettuce.
Wiz and Boomstick, am I right?
On God. Oh, whatever. 3, 2, 1. Go fuck yourself. Okay, we actually have to watch the episode now.
Alright, here we go.
I got my color ball ready.
Simone the Digger, Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern. Two men born of Earth with the willpower to pierce the heavens and conquer infinity. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
They're back!
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death
They're back. Yippee.
Whoopee.
Deep underground, Jiha Village lived in dreary isolation, oblivious to the wider world above their squalid cave. That's where
This
the
is a
hero
lot
our
of
story
digging.
comes in. The young man who would lead his comrades into the sunlight at last, Kamina, the great and mighty. Oh, and his little brother from another mother, Simone. He was there too, I guess. Simone was a digger, content to drill endlessly through the dirt. until the day he found
Simone.
the core drill.
Simone.
A key that activated the mysterious buried mech that Kamina named Lagan.
Oh hey, the
Under his
anti-spiral. It's a thing that I keep seeing in every single YouTube community post comment section ever.
But the sky was by no means the limit. The surface was ruled by the cruel chimeric beastmen, and Kamina would lead his compatriots against them to reclaim the Earth for humanity, scoring a second mech in the process, aptly named Gurren.
And as befits Kamina and Simone's unbreakable brotherly bond, Gurren and Lagan merged, creating Gurren Lagan.
With Kamina piloting
Said
the
the
body
thing.
and Simone
They
the
said the
head,
thing.
He said the
these
thing,
two
roll
were
credits.
Unstoppable.
Of all the giant fighting robots in all the animes across history, Gurren Lagann might just be the absolute
You know some-
coolest,
you know
fueled by its
someone's
pilot's
popping up
willpower
over
and
the
capable of
Evangelion
making any
footage.
weapon they can
It
imagine.
ain't.
Including
It ain't me,
a
I'll tell you that.
jetpack, a sunglasses boomerang, and of course,
Drills! Wrist-mounted drills, kunai drills, shield drills, kamehameha
So far, doesn't
drills,
look this
and
much,
everyone's
but I think there's gonna be
favorite,
more to the
Giga
Gurren Lagann.
Drill Bureku. Side note, it is so funny that the only thing they could think of was drills. That's like if I made booze or something,
Ah!
whole personality.
with Gurren Lagann's awesome power, Kamina laid waste to enemy forces,
anyways,
liberated human villages,
that's a lot of
and fomented a
drills.
rebellion against
That's a
the
lot of
beastman
drilling.
king, Lord Genome.
Anyways, back to talking
Until
about drills.
Kamina died. Oh wait, shit! Was that supposed to happen?
Nope, and it was all Simone's fault. He let his willpower waver, and his soul brother paid the price. After all, he was just a humble digger, at home in the darkness, guided solely by the light of Kamina's spirit.
So his big bro left him with these final words: "Have faith in the Simone who believes in you." Damn.
Kamina was the one looking up to him the whole time. It was Simone who found Lagan, Simone who pierced the surface, and Simone who would now lead humanity to victory.
Especially with his gal pal Nia at his side, who helped pull him out of his rut and kick Lord Genome's ass. But victory only lasted 7 years before the anti-spiral attacked.
Yeah, that's still-
Unimaginably powerful godlike
it's the
aliens,
anti-spiral.
the anti-spiral
It's
fueled
the YouTube
humanity's
community post
potential,
comment
what they
section.
dubbed the spiral nemesis.
Remember how Gurren Lagann runs on
I'll probably
fighting
make
spirit?
like 2
Turns
more
out
YouTube
that's just a manifestation
community
of
post comment
spiral
section
power,
jokes every
an
time they
energy
mention
that all
anti-spiral.
spiral beings like humans have. That's right, the laws of physics run on chutzpah.
Just as the spiral turned inward represents endless obsession and madness, the spiral turned outward spins forever into infinity, the perfect representation of humanity's evolutionary potential.
Potential Simone would use as he led Team Dai Gurren across the multiverse to take the fight to the anti-spiral. And this is when Gurren Lagann gets crazy.
Channeling spiral power lets you
Oh, this is
constantly
new stuff,
adapt
I
to
think.
threats, no matter how
Probably.
overwhelming.
I think so.
Simone can create portals to different realities and higher dimensions. He can generate force fields, absorb energy
Oh,
attacks,
that's a lot.
and even merge Gurren Lagann with bigger and stronger machines.
Oh, this is a
Creating
lot.
the Arc Gurren Lagann,
Yeah.
Damn.
which is strong enough to shatter space and time with a punch.
Or the Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann, which can fire lasers that are fast
Oh,
enough
there's
to hit,
more.
and I quote, all time, space, and dimensions, all within a Planck instant.
That's the smallest unit of time physically possible.
Meaning each laser
Oh,
would
shit.
have to be moving
Well,
4.6 times 10 to the 117th power times faster than light. Oh, well, looks like this wins the award for fastest calculated speed feat in our show's history. Congratulations,
Oh.
Gurren Lagann.
Move over, SpongeBob. You've been dethroned.
I saw Shadow. I
And
saw
the
Shadow.
Gecko says they hit an innumerable number of enemies across
I need
universes.
YouTubers
You
to Shadow
literally
too.
cannot calculate how fast that
So
is.
true.
But it wasn't enough to
Damn
escape
it,
the
SpongeBob.
anti-spiral's greatest trap, the multiverse labyrinth. An attack that imprisons Simone in his own unique
multiverse, here we go.
multiverse, forced to experience an infinite number of alternate realities that controlled his mind, permanently arresting him in a dream world.
Except Simone and his spiral power are just built different. And after being inspired by his bro, Simone absorbed that whole multiverse to escape.
What makes this even more impressive is that this labyrinth was
Oh.
11-dimensional.
Well.
Meaning
11-dimensional,
higher
that's-
dimensional structure, several orders of infinity greater than himself.
If it's
That's
11,
a bit
The jump
powerful.
between dimensions
That's a
is
bit powerful, I
basically
think.
Infinite. Each new
Was that Game &
dimension
Watch?
adds a new direction.
Yeah, that
of
was Game &
space
Watch.
That extends infinitely. Thus,
Was
the
that Infinite?
gap
Yeah, I saw
in
Infinite.
Oh my
size
god.
and
He
scope.
got crushed by the thwomp again, I
We're
think.
just getting started.
God's sake.
Imagine a two-dimensional drawing interacting with a three-dimensional
Oh, this
person.
editing.
Okay. That's not too far off from what actually happened.
Because when Simon absorbed the multiverse labyrinth, he merged with every alternate universe version of himself, including an alternate universe Simon who is writing his own alternate universe version of Gurren Lagann. And that author's spiral power made his fictional Simon real, adding another to the mix.
Wait, if every human being has spiral power, you're telling me we can all do this shit?
This all gave our Simone enough spiral power to form the next step in mecha evolution. Tengen Toppa Gurren
I wish I
Lagann.
could do
This
that.
is when Gurren Lagann
I'm become a
gets
god.
actually fucking crazy. Like shooting missiles that alter probability so they have a 100% chance of hitting you, or tossing galaxies around like frisbees. Sorry, did I say
Yeah, this is
galaxies? I
like
meant
just a-
universes.
Simon's power
It's a
was
bit
so
crazy,
immense
I
that he
think.
started generating super spiral
everyone's
space,
favorite
a
game,
higher
Guardians of the
dimension
Galaxy.
encompassing our own universe.
With it, Simone turns his thoughts into reality, letting him create his mech and all
Oh
of
my
his
god,
weapons
just
in
like
the first
Lantern
place.
Ring.
Not only does this mean
Thoughts
he no longer
into
needs
reality.
co-pilots, he can also regenerate any damage done to him or his mech just by willing it back into existence.
Like when Lord Genome used spiral power to survive quantum breakdown, or the time Nia, now the best wife in the universe, used spiral power to constantly regenerate her body from being erased at the informational level for 7 days straight.
Information in physics is essentially the ones and zeros that make up every possible outcome in reality. Nia literally regenerated from the statistical certainty of her own destruction.
If I have spiral power, whiz, when the fuck is my leg growing back?
When even this was not enough for the anti-spiral,
When
Simone
the fuck
evolved
is my
one
leg
more
growing
time.
back?
Into Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann!
This mech is so big, its size is literally incalculable. And with a drill somehow even larger than that, Simone and his friends shattered the anti-spiral once and for all.
Hey, cruel indifference of the universe!
YouTube
Meet the
community
indomitable
comment
human
section.
spirit!
Serving Commonest words prophetic. That
You
Simo's
missed
drill
one.
is the
You missed to
drill
make
that would
a
pierce the
anti-spiral joke a
heavens.
couple
With
a
no
little bit
more
ago.
worlds left to conquer,
Oh, hey,
Simone chose
it-
to wander the earth
anti-spiral.
for the rest of his days
Y'all know the
in
drill.
service to others.
Wait, did I say drill?
Oh,
For all
god
the
damn
lights
it.
in the sky
What was
are
that?
stars.
Say that
Every
again.
star, another
Say
one
that
of spiral
again.
cousins that can live
Say that again.
free.
That joke
All
was
thanks
fantastic,
to
wrong
a
joke.
humble digger.
Okay, search monster so I can talk.
The universe
Nope.
is a dangerous place.
There is no
Should you
sponsor.
find yourself face to
No
face with
sponsor.
an interdimensional vampire, alien dictators,
Vampire.
or this one really
Can't wait
pissed
for
off
more
cat,
multiversal
you know who to
bullshit.
call.
The Green Lantern Corps. They're the Space Fuzz, an intergalactic police force founded billions of years ago by blue leprechaun gods.
And the greatest Green Lantern among them was everyone's favorite, Hal Jordan.
You know him. You love him. You might
I'm
hate
up.
him. But you gotta respect the man with a will as
Time, huh?
unbreakable as Hal's.
Until
I'm
the
up.
day his will broke.
Time,
After
huh?
his hometown got
I'm up.
completely obliterated, Hal
Time,
lost
huh?
his mind. He
I'm up.
rampaged through the core, killing
Time, huh?
everyone in his path.
Oh,
and
that's
absorbed the central
gore.
power
That's
battery,
gore of
the
my
literal
Lantern
Green
Corps.
Lantern.
Becoming the Emerald Tyrant, Parallax.
There was only one survivor of Parallax's killing spree, Ganthet. And with what remained of his strength, he gave the last Green Lantern ring in the universe to a human, Kyle Rayner.
So, was Kyle picked for his indomitable
Hey, it's the guy.
willpower like Hal was?
He was just there. He had no idea what was going on.
He-
Must feel good being given the most
He
dangerous
dislikes the
magical weapon
DC
in existence
editorial.
to figure out on your own. Hey, if Colonel Sanders
He
happened to
dislikes
space
love
wheat and a
triangles.
sentient fox
Fair
can
enough.
master it,
What's going
what's
on?
your
Is it
excuse,
raining?
Kyle?
The Green Lantern ring can do anything, fulfilling
I'm getting
any wish
distracted.
its user
I'm
desires as though it were a genie from a lamp.
It lets you fire energy blasts, create force fields, affect gravity, turn invisible and intangible, manipulate matter, time travel, warp reality, and erase things
I'm up.
from existence.
Think we're exaggerating? Well, consider the time Kyle stretched the very fabric of space
Time, huh?
to increase the Planck length a billion times over. That's like stretching an inch into a light year.
Lanterns control time and space, letting them fly so fast they can create a speed force singularity.
Tapping into the Speed Force requires entering a higher dimension of space, requiring speeds that are not only faster than light, but totally immeasurable. And the rings have an artificial intelligence that operates just as fast, automatically protecting its user from danger.
Like the time that Poozer Kilowog survived being erased from existence by the crisis on Infinite Earth.
The ring is fueled by its user's willpower and limited only by their imagination.
While Hal may have had the greatest willpower in the Corps, Kyle's imagination is unmatched, probably because he's a comic book artist. And we know from this show, they think of some wild shit.
But the Green Lantern's most recognizable
I love
ability
that
is
line
their
delivery.
constructs. Kyle's special.
Yeah, that line
Samurai
delivery is
armor,
great.
pirate ships,
Wild
giant
shit.
dragons, actual working home computers, and his favorite super.
Alright, but can he conjure up?
robots.
Can he conjure
Hey,
up
that one looks familiar.
Kyle can make them
the
strong enough to
ATM
lift the
machine?
Spectre, who weighs as much as eternity.
Or hold back a 12.3 dimensional Big Bang. Wait, 0.3? DC's multiverse has 12.3 dimensions? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
The ring's only downside is that
I've
it's
heard it
limited
gets
to
higher,
24
but-
hours before needing a recharge.
So
Yeah.
it's a blow up universe.
as far as I know-
We don't-
the battery
don't
of an
need this
iPhone.
episode to get any
Never
more
mind,
complicated.
That's the stupidest thing I've
I mean,
ever
to be
heard.
fair,
Although I'd say
12.3D
Kyle's biggest
sounds a lot
weakness
higher
was
than 11D.
Kyle. With great power came no responsibility.
Perhaps a manifestation of Kyle's self-doubt. Any reflection came too late, though, when one of Kyle's villains brutally
Yes,
murdered his girlfriend.
Seven's definitely
Alex,
gonna
and put
be
her
happy, I
body in a
think.
fridge.
They're
Damn.
talking
Kyle wasn't
about
the
his
Oh, they
character.
mentioned the
Oh.
fridge. They finally
This
mentioned the
moment
fridge.
was so infamous, it started the trope called fridging.
For how female characters are often sacrificed as mere plot devices to further a male character's development.
So it might surprise you that it happened to Kyle again.
Kyle finally got serious.
Oh.
He became a prominent member of the Justice League, faced off against Hal, and even rebuilt the Green Lantern Corps better than ever.
But little did he know, this torchbearer's greatest journey had only just begun.
In order to save Ganthet from an emotional lobotomy, it's a long story, he had to master all the colors of the emotional electromagnetic spectrum.
There are
here we
7
go.
colors,
Here we
each
go.
representing a different emotion. The yellow light of
There they
fear
are.
lets Kyle manipulate the worst horrors in your mind. The more scared you are of him, the stronger he becomes.
Orange light is fueled by bottomless avarice, possessing Kyle to absorb not merely his enemies' attacks, but also their souls.
Red is rage, ripping out Kyle's heart and replacing his blood with napalm, which sounds like it sucks, but it's metal as hell.
Blue light is powered by hope and allows Kyle to heal wounds, resist mental domination, and supercharge his ring.
Indigo is compassion, reducing his opponent's will to fight and letting him open portals across space.
There is
Wait.
going to be no
Reduces his
Black
opponent's will
Lantern
to
with
fight?
Sapphire light of love. With it, he can trap
what?
enemies within crystal matrices. and
Compassion can
control their
apparently
minds.
reduce the will
But
to
Kyle
fight.
only mastered it by forgiving himself for Alex's tragic
Well,
death.
Well, how the table turns.
Must be nice. And with their powers come
Alright, I'm getting a bit
he
more
doesn't just
competent.
make his enemies taste the rainbow.
The lights of the spectrum merged, and Kyle became a White Lantern.
White
with
Lantern.
total control
The
over
goat.
the power of life.
Wiz, I cannot think of an attack more useless
TM2.
in a
What?
battle
TM2
than something that
mentioned?
makes you live.
Empowered by the physical
TM2
embodiment of
mentioned.
all life in the DC multiverse,
I might be
that's
winning.
Kyle is vastly more powerful than
You win.
any other Lantern. in
I might be
existence.
winning.
Far stronger than Hal, who could harness the energy of every power battery across the
even a
multiverse.
single
Not only
central
can
power
Kyle
battery
instantly
contains
heal
enough
all
power to
wounds,
create and
purify
destroy an
corruption,
entire
and
universe,
resurrect the
meaning
dead.
Hal manipulated a
The white light
multiversal
of
amount of
life is
energy.
strong enough
We
to
might
guard
be back,
against
bro.
threats to all of creation, like the
We might be.
Yes! Oh, I knew I was
Parallax
right!
is a Green
Totally
Lantern.
useless.
And Parallax is
Especially
fought
after
Time
Kyle
Trapper,
visited
Spectre, and
the Source
Anti-Monitor while possessing
acquired
Kal.
the life
This
equation.
substantiates the
Essentially,
White Lantern as
Source
being
code
equal
to
or superior to
reality. The
Anti-Monitor.
life equation is mathematical proof that life is worth living.
With it, Kyle can alter all of reality at a whim, even threatening the new gods like Darkseid.
The life equation, like its counterpart, the anti-life equation, is a conceptual artifact from a higher reality, originating in a platonic realm that is, in a sense, more real than we are.
So it's not a shock that the equation made
Ah.
Kyle too powerful.
He struggled to control it, and it subconsciously manifested a being composed of his fears and anxieties. Oblivion. Kyle's greatest weakness was still himself.
Kyle spent his whole life struggling with the power that the gods granted him, and throughout it all, he always rose to the occasion, carrying the universe on his back.
But ultimately, the only way to stop power from corrupting is to spread it. So Kyle split the life equation into pieces to found his second core, the White Lanterns. and together, they shattered Oblivion, destroying the self-doubt that plagued Kyle once and for all.
Not bad for a comic book geek from LA.
And now he was the one giving out rings of unlimited power to people who weren't sure if they could command it.
So he told them the truth. You can't teach someone how to use such power. You have to learn yourself, making mistakes along the way.
But with the power of life at their command, there's no end to their journey, only endless beginnings.
I gotta admit, that seems a bit too short.
Hey, remember Beerus versus Sailor Galaxia? No? Well, that's because it was taken off YouTube for being too
Sorry, too anime. You'll never
We've
watch
got
it
a
again.
solution. It's our own website. That's www.deathmetal.gg.
We get a website now.
It's like our own private Patreon with a store for
There's
Death
the
Metal merch
website
and
mentioned.
a complete Death Metal video archive. It's got episodes that YouTube has banned, blocked, and censored, and there's even more
Yes, it's
goodies
back.
on the way.
Yay.
Check out deathmetal.gg. Live
More
right now.
merchandise.
Okay, I'll admit, I am a bit nervous, but I am still holding out hope.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data
Holding
through all
out hope.
possibilities.
Oh,
It's
look at
time
Batman
for
3.
a
Goated.
death battle!
Hell yeah.
Wait, Kyle was in that game?
Let's go.
Oh, yes. Alright, here we go. Alright, immediately starting in media res.
I'm not rusty at all.
Oh, never mind.
Hey dude, Green Lantern Officer Kyle Rayner here. Ring says you've got a Class A galactic super weapon, whatever that
Hey, wait a
is.
minute.
I'm thinking it's the giant mech. Why don't you hand it over?
Gurren Lagann's mine, officer. Just who the hell do you think you are?
Poltergeist.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that's Shenron. Oh, they're gonna be making references this fight.
Oh! Okay, I'm already liking this.
That's
Yeah,
good.
this is already pretty good.
Yeah, this is already a really good episode.
Oh, we're getting this.
We're already getting into the high scale bullshit.
Already, bro.
Yes.
Oh, it's already White Lantern.
Well,
That's really cool.
you know someone's gonna complain about this going too fast.
See the invisible.
Touch the untouchable.
Break the unbreakable.
If you ain't know,
Now you know.
Oh, I think they were both saying lines at the same time.
I think they were.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's really good.
I'm Simone the Digger. If there's a wall in my way, I'll smash it down.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, this is so
Oh,
good.
life equation.
Life equation.
At least I think.
Taste thy rainbow.
your fear of death, your love of
Taste
your
the
friends,
rainbow,
your passion for
motherfucker.
me, your hope for the future. Choose life. Have faith in the Simone that believes in you.
I'm getting chills.
Oh, this is so good.
Super Tekken Topa Gurren Lagann. My drill is the drill
Oh,
that will
boy.
transcend the heavens.
Here we go.
Take a drill free.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Wait.
The lantern core as the the lantern cores
What's
as
happening?
as a drill.
What's happening? Oh!
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
The super
Oh, this
weapon
is-
wasn't your mech. It was me. Then, Simone, I'm taking you in brightest day, in blackest night.
Ooh!
No evil shall escape my sight. Let
Oh, the
those who
lantern oath.
worship evil's might. Beware my power. Green Lantern fly!
Right.
Oh!
Let's see you grit those teeth.
Oh no.
Oh.
You'd make
Ooh.
a good lantern.
Simon of Earth, you have been chosen.
Just who the hell do you think I am?
Oh, God's sake.
Oh, that was good.
With the snazzy
sunglasses.
When both combatants possess unlimited power, it's hard to
If I
judge
hear
them by
anything
our
about
normal
potential,
standards.
myself.
Take
Oh,
speed.
that was a
Simone can
really
hit
good
an
one.
infinite number of targets all at once, and Kyle can fly fast enough to surpass the normal concept of speed itself.
When you control space and time, things like strength
I'll wait
and
for the
speed
discourse.
kind of become irrelevant.
Instead, let's
No,
analyze
I'm
them
the
through a
one
lens
starring
more
it.
applicable to beings as absurd as Simone and Kyle. Their imagination, their willpower, and their ultimate potential.
We're measuring willpower now.
Imagination. The boundless things they could conjure
Here we
to
go.
use against the other. Both could think up just about anything the other could, like absorbing each other's attacks, fighting across time, anything.
Simone did have a few attacks that Kyle hasn't encountered, like the probability-altering missiles, but it's likely Kyle could adapt considering his ring could protect against existence being erased across the multiverse.
And in general, Kyle's constructs were a lot more creative than Simone's arsenal, which was mostly drills. Though again, nothing Simone couldn't adapt to with, say, his energy absorption. Imagination is a draw.
That leaves the other main factor for both characters, the origin of their unbelievable might, their willpower.
And that's really gonna be the winning factor here, since it's the source of everything for both of them. Whoever's got the stronger willpower wins.
Both can manipulate reality on a multiversal scale with their willpower, but we can use dimensions to roughly calculate a difference. This might sound absurd for most characters, but it's necessary for beings as beyond the pale as Simone and Kyle.
The multiverse labyrinth that Simone absorbed contained 11 spatial dimensions. That's 1.3 dimensions less than the multiverse Kyle's power can threaten.
And remember, each numbered dimension infinitely surpasses the one below it.
Which
Board
meant Kyle's
wisdom.
willpower was stronger at a base level. However, that doesn't necessarily mean Kyle gets the edge, because if there's one thing both of these guys are known for, it's that they can always get stronger.
So to determine the limits of their willpower, we first need to understand their full potential.
Simone's whole deal with spiral power is how he can constantly evolve to get stronger. So just because Simone starts off weaker doesn't mean he'll stay that way.
Absorbing the multiverse labyrinth required Simone to leapfrog several orders of infinity in an instant. Simone made himself that much stronger through sheer force of will.
More than enough to close the gap with Kyle, especially since spiral power also lets him regenerate his body down to an informational level. Kyle's never destroyed something that thoroughly before.
Without the ability to easily kill Simone, it was only a matter of time before Kyle's ring ran low on charge. Especially since Simone could likely regenerate for at least a week straight, like Nia did. While Blue Lantern Light could boost Kyle's power, he's never jumped several orders of infinity in strength like Simone has.
And while Kyle could manipulate emotions to reduce Simone's willpower, Simone resisting the labyrinth's mental manipulation meant he could power through anything Kyle threw at him.
Everything, that is, except for the life equation. It originated from a higher level of reality and would
Alright,
have
let's see
more
how he
than
counts
even
the
odds.
life
Too
equation.
bad Kyle couldn't control it. It was just as much a detriment to him as an asset, forcing him to relinquish it to keep from destroying reality and himself.
Compare that to Simone, who merged with a version of himself writing a version of Gurren Lagann, and using spiral power to make that fiction into reality.
A pretty similar level of reality to the life equation, and a level of power Simone had no trouble embracing and mastering by the end of his story. No matter how you look at it, Simone might start weaker, but his peak will always transcend Kyle's. Isn't that how all of Simone's battles usually go anyway? That's Gurren Lagann in a nutshell.
So Simone's incredible potential
Yeah, this
eclipsed
match-
Kyle,
yeah, this
which
is
means his
fucking wild.
willpower was ultimately greater. Kyle may have embodied life itself, but Simone's unstoppable evolutionary potential would shatter even this lantern's light.
I'll comment on it after the
Kyle
next
at
time
least
shows up.
dubbed the fight, because when it comes
Okay.
to death battle losers,
Well-
he was a dead ringer.
The winner is Simone the Digger.
All right,
Next
here we
time
go.
on Death Battle.
Oh my god.
God's sake. Can we have something new? Something new! That is all I am asking for! If we're on about the episode itself, then yes, I like the episode was a godsend.
Yeah, the episode was
loved the
really
episode.
good.
But I did mention I wanted to talk about something after the conclusion, after the next time, didn't I?
What would it be?
This is definitely gonna get me hate comments because I know how the Death Battle community is, but your local ePutuber does not agree with the conclusion. It sounds too no limit fallacy for me.
I mean,
No,
to be fair, from what I've been seeing, that's just this matchup. No.
When it comes to no limit fallacies for Kyle and Simone, Simone has a lot more no limit fallacies. I think
There's a lot to factor.
Yeah, I think to me it's that it's that like this could also sound like a no limit fallacy, knowing me, but I'm gonna try to word it the best way I can. But Simone's willpower, I don't like. If it was like any other colored lantern, I think I would see an argument for Simone having a higher willpower. But having a higher willpower than the lantern whose emotion is willpower, well, no. I mean, they did mention in the analysis that what Kyle lacks in willpower, that he makes up for in imagination. But at the same time, I feel like it would be pretty hard to get rid of the willpower of someone whose emotion is willpower.
I mean, like, to be fair, there was a lot of talk about like transcending, like there's like a lot of transcendence all over the place. So I'm definitely
Yeah.
It's a bit mind tickling to actually have to, dissect this matchup and like come to a definitive conclusion, because like it's very confusing, very convoluted. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And like a lot of talk about transcendence. So like I definitely buy this conclusion just from what I've been seeing. I would definitely like an original episode sometime soon.
Like, for me, it's like we have, like, when it comes to like new episodes that you don't see coming, or like episodes that are coming out that aren't confirmed, it brings in a new like talking point. You can discuss something new. I don't want to be repeating the same stuff I've talked about with other people. I still think Wile E. Coyote wins.
Sure, pal.
I need to close my curtains. It's fucking bright outside. I can't take the sun. Be gone, sun.
Joe is a vampire.
I want to be like the people I love.
Oh, sass.
F.
Welcome to the tournament of champions.
Oh wait, is that Mischief?
Yes, that's me.
Yeah, I heard.
It's the mischief guy.
Yeah.
And it's Saf.
Yeah, you already heard what I said in there.
Too bad that I was about to do.
Well, I'm pretty sure Storm's BC was likely a lot livelier than mine, I will say.
Yeah,
Huh?
we were
Hey, everyone's joining in.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy! Hey! Hey! How do I close my curtain? I can't take the sun, it burns outside!
I don't blame you, but in the defense of this episode, we haven't had a Toon Force episode yet. I think
We
it's
haven't had a
fair
cartoon
we
episode
do
yet.
it.
That's the thing.
No,
I think it's fair we can finally have one.
It wasn't the fact that it's a Toon Force episode, that's why I just like the matchup in general, but Max, I think Max is still here. Max, you can confirm. The first thing I shouted when I saw the next time was, can we get something new?
Oh yeah, you can scream. I
Unfortunately,
mean,
I don't think that's happening
hey,
for a
it's
while.
something that
I think
wasn't
they're gonna
shown
have
off in
to
the
run through
Kickstarter.
all the ones that they're gonna have to run through all the episodes that got confirmed first.